Today's topic is about the ancient art of cooking and baking, because hey, we all have to eat.
Before the Civil War, most, if not all meals families like the Acklands consumed were made by enslaved cooks. These African Americans were incredibly skilled and spent their entire lives beside a hearth. They brought to the kitchen their knowledge of traditional African cooking methods and produced the food and meals which made Southern hospitality legendary. The first cookbook by an African American was The Domestic Cookbook by Melinda Russell, which was published in 1866. Melinda was born free in East Tennessee and was taught to cook by a former slave named Fanny Stewart. Among other jobs, Melinda owned and operated a pastry shop in Tennessee for 6 years, until 1864, when a white guerrilla group robbed her and forced her to flee. She hoped proceeds from the sale of her book would help her return home and reclaim her property. Here is a sample recipe of Russell's for soft gingerbread. Reading it closely, it is clear the recipe is intended for experienced bakers. They had to know how much flour to use, since the recipe doesn't specify, and when their oven reached the right temperature, since oven thermostats did not even exist until the early 20th century. Here at Belmont, we believe the Acklands' enslaved cook was a woman named Amanda. Amanda's 4 siblings, along with their mother Betsy, were all given to Adelicia by her father in 1839. It appears Amanda continued to work at Belmont once she was free until 1869, when Adelicia wrote in a letter that she had just hired a new cook. The recipes you see here are both for gingerbread cookies. While both make the same treat, the measuring devices, as well as some of the ingredients, are different. Compare these recipes with your children. Ask them to consider how the recipes are similar and how they are different. Then, if you have the ingredients, make the cookies as a family following the modern recipe.
For an added bonus, engage their math skills in a fun and tasty way by asking them to figure out how much of each ingredient you would need to double your cookie recipe. And now, in the words of my favorite baking show, ready, set, bake!